Good morning, everyone. It's Trader Rob. Today is Thursday, July 1st. Sorry, not June. We are done with June. I could say goodbye to June and on to July. Let's see what July has in store for us. I got a feeling I think it's going to be a good month. Everybody says July is going to be always a slow month, but I am feeling otherwise. How's everybody else doing this morning? All right, well, starting off on the NQ, taking a look to see here. Obviously, we just tapped into value area low on the NQ. Was hoping to see some type of reaction right here. Did not see anything here that's worthy of a trade. We do got a good amount of high impact news here. We got ADP employment change coming up here in about 8 minutes, 7:15 Central Time. We've got S&P PMI at 8:45, ISM PMI at 9, and then we've got oil inventory report at 9:30 this morning. And this does look like it's wanting to go on the lower side here. NQ's at value area low versus the ES. The ES is kind of sitting right at the point of control right now. How'd everybody do yesterday? Did take a trade. I want to say right around 11 a.m. Central Time yesterday. Took it on my Ninja Trader cash and funded accounts off of a 60 range flip. And I was about maybe 14 points in profit, went to break even, had my take profit at around like 35 points. But came back, waked me out, and went straight to target. So break even trade on there. Down about 40 bucks yesterday on the Iron Beam cash account, live account, which is what I am trading right here. You can see my P&L screen right there on the left. And it looks like we did get a decent bounce here on the NQ off of the value area low. Didn't really see anything there that prompted me a trade though, so this could retrace back down here. And we got news coming up in about 5 minutes, so Morning Trader 007. Again, was looking for a bounce here at this value area low, but we did get a bounce, but did not see anything there. Didn't get any confirmation there. We do got ADP employment change coming up here in about 2 minutes, so we'll keep an eye on that. ETR is currently sitting at 10 on an NQ. All right, so ADP employment came in much lower than expected. They were expecting 120,000 jobs. 98,000 was the number, so that came in much lower than expected there. So next piece of high impact news is not till 8:45. Morning, AP. Nice. Glad you got the day off. Hopefully it could be a profitable day off. Let's take a look at some areas. We'll start off with the NQ here this morning. Some areas of interest for me. We've got key level here on the NQ at the 30,502. We've got yesterday's point of control sitting here at 30,531. We've got another key level here at the 3,600. We do have a weekly band sitting up here. This is all seller controlled volume from the 39.69 to the 39.05. And then below us, we've got yesterday's value area low sitting at the 31.37. We've got a key level at the 30.005 and the 29.935. So that's the NQ there. And let's take a look at the ES. So key level on the ES at the 75.67. Yesterday's point of control at the 75.56. Another key level at the 75.43 and the 75.41. And then below that, we've got yesterday's value area low, key level at the 74.94 and the 74.81. So those are some of the key levels that I'll be looking at to take some scalps from. Morning, Bob. Morning, Joe. So Friday is a shortened trading day. I haven't seen much communication. Usually prop firms are sending emails like crazy. Maybe they'll do it today. Morning, Tiger. Thanks, Cisco. Yeah, I've lost about close to 50 pounds since November of last year. Just a few updates as well. I was able to get everything running I got all of the things that I wanted to get done on DeepCharts, which is the platform that you guys are seeing. You guys are normally looking at me trade on my Ninja Trader. But I'm currently trading on, well, kind of trading on both, but to be honest with you, the majority of my trading now is going to be on DeepCharts right now. Was able to get all of the small updates that I wanted to get done. Got my data feed corrected. Actually figured it out myself. I did not need customer support. You have to be careful if you. So I started with Blue Sky. I got a license with Blue Sky for an eval, which is what got me to download the DeepCharts platform. And as that was my first data feed that I connected to DeepCharts, it pretty much made it the default. So it was the default feed, even though I then attached a live brokerage account through Ironbeam with level 2 data. It was not looking at that level 2 data. It was still just looking at the DX feed from Blue Sky. So got that all fixed. Got my DOM fixed, which was important to me. So now I've got the full book, all my levels, everything that I need to see is right here. So pretty stoked about that. This is the NQ. Here's the ES. You can probably get this a little bigger. And we do have a pretty big level here at the 7540. I am absolutely loving DeepCharts. So we do have a pretty big piece of liquidity sitting here at the 7540s. We do have a key level here at the 7541s, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get a spike into this level right here. We take out the this liquidity here at the 40s, and we can maybe take a look for a small bounce. We'll be in value area high here, so maybe take a bounce back to fair value or right back to point of control. Could be another target. Morning, Key. Okay, so trying to think how I can show that. I can't because I actually ended up deleting my bookmap scenes. Maybe I could do it this way. Let's take a look here. See if I can pull up my my bookmap and pop it into the same window that the deep DOM is in, so I can kind of give you a comparison here. So this is the heat map from DeepCharts, which they call Deep Dom. And it is pretty much a very similar tool to Bookmap. Now, the way I have my settings kind of configured currently is really showing like main pieces of liquidity. So main, let's call them walls that we can see in there. Obviously, you can adjust the what you see, what you don't, to kind of take away some of the smaller areas, like right here, like 42 contracts. You can kind of group your bubbles a little bit closer, which I kind of like. That's been one thing that I've been kind of messing around with. You can obviously change your bubble sizes, you know, whatever kind of fits your eye a little bit better. Top contrast, so you can see a little bit more of previous areas of liquidity. I kind of keep that right around there. And then they've got some, what I would consider to be much easier way of putting on additional things than what I think Bookmap offers. So they've got, you know, obviously, like if you want to look for just absorption areas, they've got an indicator for that will plot it directly into, they've got, you know, iceberg stops, volume delta, book speed, which is one that I have not used yet, but definitely want to get more involved in that. These are going to be so some of these I have availability to. The deep icebergs I do not. That's an additional, that's considered a MBO, I believe it's what it's called, an MBO data feed. It's super expensive. It's like I think it's like $115 a month. And the difference between what icebergs give you is, if you've got an order sitting here for like 101 contracts, and it'll tell you specifically if this is one seller sitting up there, if this is, let's say, retail, there's 100 people that all wanted to put one contract in there. It's very rare that would happen, but just as an example's sake, it will. And then what an iceberg is it's really it's a bigger piece of the pie cut into slices. So, you know, if there's a big hedge fund that needs to buy, again, let's just go with 100 contract example. Well, they might not want to put 100 contracts on the DOM or in the market for everybody to view. They might want to only throw like 10 contracts on there. And that 10 contracts is going to have a unique ID, which is how they track it to the specific institution or the specific trader. And what the iceberg does is it finds, even though they're different IDs for, let's say they go 10, 10, 10, 10, 10 to make up 100, it'll determine, even though there's different trade IDs or order IDs attached to each one of those 10 lot orders, it'll still kind of combine them and know that it's that one institution or that one big trader that is putting out that order. So, but again, you need an additional data feed above and beyond level 2 for that. Which is same with Bookmap. Bookmap's the same way. So if you wanted to do the same thing with Bookmap, you could do that as well. Versus, you know, this is your standard Bookmap that, you know, we've been using. It works just fine. It works just as well, I would say, for your liquidity areas. The main difference is, I think it's really cost. Okay. Because let's just look at this for a second. If we look at cost, and I'm going to take this off because I've got exit and save. Let's just take a look at the cost really quick. And I think you guys are going to be super surprised. I spend about I think I'm $120 a month on Bookmap, which I don't plan on renewing next month. But like, look at this deal that they have right now. I mean, I don't really necessarily know how long this deal is going to last, but if we go to pricing, deep dom. So for the heat map, it's $33 a month. Now, I did the lifetime add-on. I mean, just pay attention to this because this is, I think, a great deal. Lifetime add-on for $396. That's it. One time. And you've got yourself definitely a good equivalent to Bookmap. It's a steal. I mean, I don't even know why somebody would do the monthly, you know, or I'm sorry, I think the first one that they do is 3 months. It just, to me, doesn't make much sense. But I mean, that's a savings right there. I mean, that's, for me, that's going to be, it's a savings of almost $800 a year. So just the savings on that way outweighs the, for me, the cost of Bookmap. Pretty strong spike here on the if I was a little bit quicker, that would have been a decent trade right there. That was kind of an unexpected spike here. NFP, it's today non-farm payrolls? No, I mean, I didn't see that in my economic calendar. This is what I had. ADP employment change at 7:15, and then the next piece of business is the PMI. Scared me there for a second, but I mean, that was a pretty big spike, so. It's price-based, yeah, AP. And I'll be honest with you, I've never used a vertical time-based delta histogram, but I am really, really liking it. You're really able to see, to confirm areas. I've been using it for TPs. I've been using it for not necessarily entries, but mainly for TPs. I guess for entries as well. But like if you spot an area that's got a really strong rejection from. So like right here, buyers got trapped pretty good. So if you see like a pretty strong green delta bar there, and you have a strong reaction from it to the downside, you know that sellers were extremely strong right here, that there was nothing else. There's no doubt about that. So one of my Signal members just said that Trump is talking. So be cautious here. Key asked, Rob, you have MBO but not the data. Correct. The data, I believe from what I have read, hovers right around $100 extra a month. So again, it's an investment into the business, but I haven't used that. Like I haven't used icebergs on Bookmap or on a heat map, so I don't really know what I'm missing yet. But at the same time, I feel like wow, liquidity is really thin. Really thinned out. So 75.25s they're interested in right here. $23s are sitting right down here. 23s seem like an area that we should be watching, it looks like. Let me pop this in right here. Not really sure why they're so interested in that area. And Trump is talking right now, so this is a huge area. If this is right, I mean, this is almost 1,900 contracts sitting at the 23s. Seems a little far-fetched for me, but hey, maybe somebody knows something that we don't. No, actually, I take that back. I don't think that's... Ah, that's kind of cool. Okay, that's just that's how many contracts... I was in a different mode. That's how many contracts have been traded there. So it's definitely an area of interest, but not 1,000 contracts sitting there. So I take that part back. So currently just hanging out at point of control right now on the ES. Again, remaining news for today, we've got S&P PMI at 845, ISM PMI at 9, and then we've got oil inventory report at 9:30. So really the only thing left to work on is my footprints. I want to get these a little bit a little cleaner to kind of match a little bit closer to my NinjaTrader footprints. But I do like now how I have the stats right on the print instead of having the bar at the bottom. It's a little busier on the chart, but it's also the data that I need, even though there's some data in here that I don't need. But I can't remove like the percentage I don't really need. I don't need total volume. Actually, total volume isn't so bad. That might be a good it's a good data point. So yeah, just a few little visual changes I want to make on the footprint. Haven't had a chance yet for that, but I'm sure I'll get to that tonight. Or maybe over the weekend. All right, so some other areas here now for the NQ that to me could be interesting. We've got yesterday's value area low sitting down here at the 3137. So kind of take a look and see if we get a pop into there. That's pretty much it on the, we got a key level, obviously 2 key levels down here. Prior day lows right here. Another key level sitting right here at the 30.005. And on the ES, we're just kind of gravitating right into right at the point of control. So would like to see an extreme be hit here. We've got a key level sitting right up here. We've got value area high sitting right here. Another key level sitting right up here. So decent amount of liquidity sitting up here that the market might want to tap into. And we got about 30 minutes for market open. So John, no, sorry if there was any confusion there. What I was showing in the deep dom, so just the heat map. This heat map is a kind of a book map equivalent on DeepCharts, and it is for this add-on or a module, and you could buy this separate. You don't need to have DeepCharts and the DOM, which I think is a pretty ingenious idea now that I understand what they were trying to do. And you could trade from here. It's your drawing tools from the DeepCharts can go into here. The trading panel is exactly the same. So, I mean, I could take a trade directly from the panel if I wanted to. I don't necessarily want to show that, but let's just see here. Like I could pop a limit order in right here. Very, very easy. And I know you could do it in Bookmap through the integrations and stuff like that. But it's so for this, for the heat map, it's $395 for the lifetime. On Bookmap, you're at about, I would say probably close to $80 a month for the same exact thing, and then you got to add the data feed. Now the nice thing with this one is that it'll take your data feed already. If you're paying from level 2 anywhere else, you could just pop it in right here. Now I don't necessarily know if you could do that on Bookmap. I know we've had this conversation in the past if that could be done, but I mean that's a huge savings. $395 for lifetime. In the first year, you're already up $800, and each year following, I mean I've been paying for Bookmap for 3 years, so that's almost $4,000 investment into Bookmap for the exact same data. I mean it's all pretty much the same. So that's that. Now, DeepCharts, the trading platform that I'm using, does have a monthly or quarterly or yearly subscription to it. Similar model to like NinjaTrader. I wish they would have had a lifetime version of this, Because if they would have had a lifetime version of it, like I think Ninja Trader, when I first bought it, I think it cost me $1,200 for the lifetime version. But that's already paid for itself many, many times over. Wow, we caught that. We literally caught that signal to the tick. That's insanity. Wow. Morgan, so you're saying that Sierra is $40 a month, but again, it's equivalent. The pricing is equivalent. It's going to be your, well, a DeepCharts is going to be probably a little bit more expensive monthly, for sure. But the data feed cost is going to be the same, I believe, almost everywhere. So you're going to have to pay for the data feed no matter what, which we quote prices. We kind of have to quote it with everything. I mean, Ninja Trader is a cheaper option. I guess it's whatever you're comfortable. I mean, I was very comfortable with Ninja Trader. I still think that it's a very good platform to trade. What do I need to do here? Open trade signals. And a post. For level 2, they're only charging $11 for level 2 data. That's really cheap. Because typically level 2 data is 39 bucks a month, I think, almost across the board. I really haven't seen it much cheaper than that anywhere. Well, yeah, I mean, the level 2 is what you need for... If you want to see, you know, the heat map, you have to have level 2. Otherwise, you're going to be limited to 10 price points, up or down. Denali data feed? I never heard of that one. Morning, Todd. Yeah, so then it's going to be similar to what's it called on NinjaTrader? It's called something with a C, Continuum or something like that. Let's see here, connections. It's whatever my live account is. Let's see here. Connections. I can't go into my connections. Oh, configure. What's it called here? Continuum, I think it's what it's called on NinjaTrader, which is the base version, and then you got to pay an extra 39 bucks for level 2. Bookmap, same thing, it's an extra 39 bucks for level 2. Iron Beam, I just purchased that for DeepCharts. That's that was 39 bucks. Yeah, that's dirt cheap, Nordic, if that's the case. All right, about 20 minutes here for market open. Not a bad place here to take a little long, but we've got point of control sitting right here, so not really much room, which is pretty much where we've been gravitating all morning here. Play off of value area low here, but again, point of control sitting really close. Not a big spread there between those 2 points, so no trade for me there. Kind of establishing here a new fair value for the NQ. We were gravitating up around here, now we're gravitating down here. Again, one trade idea I have already this morning is possible bounce off of this 31.37 level. Let's see here. I gotta get this done. Let's put the IB. Is that ready? Visible. Okay. Who said the 30? Nordic mentioned the 3047. It's a nice little area right there, actually. It's a nice unbalanced volume area right there. All right, I like the move here. And Q's kind of approaching value here. Approaching value right here. ES is going into a value high. We do have some key levels that are very interesting right up here. Don't like the timing. 12 minutes into the open. I'm going to take a short there on the ES. Pop this guy down. Let's play these levels right here as well. And we could just kind of come right back to point of control, which is where we've been sitting at most of the morning. And we'll keep this one cooking here. So short to 75.28. Got my stop sitting. It's kind of high right now, so I'll wait to see if I get any type of confirmation to bring it down, but I'll keep these key levels as somewhat of a barrier right now. All right, I'm going to go refill my coffee. I'll be right back, guys. All right, I hate to kind of hold this one until the market opens here, but And I think if we break right here, I'm gonna reduce my stop to right above here. It should be around 30, 40 bucks of stop loss right there. But we got some work to do because it looks like buyers stepped in there. And we got about a minute before the algos really start kicking in, so it could get kind of nutty. You know what? I think I'm just going to reduce risk right now. Bring that down to about 45 bucks. And then if I get the opportunity to re-enter off of a key level, if I see anything on absorption or anything like that, I'll just re-enter instead of having such a high stop there. And I was mainly looking at the NQ. So the NQ, I saw here, obviously, some buyers getting trapped right there. So that was my main reason for the ES short here. New event starting soon, live charting and questioning with Andre. Oh, that's cool. That's kind of the thing that stinks, is that I do miss most of his events with the live stream. We need a push here. This is a pivotal spot right here. If we can get a little push here, it would be great. And we got about 4 minutes for 4 minutes for the open here. Would like to be out of this trade beforehand. Looks like some sellers are getting absorbed right here. I don't really like what I'm seeing here too much. And bring that down just even a little bit lower. It's about 2.5 points of risk. Don't like the timing right now of this trade. And I really don't want to get slippage on a huge spike either. That was some pretty good selling pressure. We should see a little drop here now. Come on. Come on, let that be the catalyst right here. Let's go, let's go. 2 minutes to market open here. Not really happy about this, but come on. So we can at least get 5 points here out of it. One more little push. All right, I'm not gonna. It's about 5.5 points there, and probably right before I TP, but about a minute, less than a minute to market open here, so. It is very risky, market open. You are right, Tiger. Thanks, Bob. And that trade idea really came about, just so we can understand, we were at value area high, sitting right here. Didn't get a bubble, but on the NQ we did. So the NQ absorbed right exactly here as we were entering in value area high for the ES. So that was kind of my trigger. Why didn't we hold? Why didn't we hold? So again, just things to obviously to look out for. We got key levels here at the 75.43, 75.41. That's going to be interesting to me. We got value area low from yesterday sitting right here. That's going to be interesting to me. I think the NQ is probably going to tap it before the ES does, but we'll see. I gotta try to see how I can make these bubbles bigger on this. They don't match up with the ES bubble size. Definitely a good amount of selling pressure coming in right now. Yeah, kind of hard to keep that trade there, Tiger. So don't beat yourself up too much. You know, you've got the algos usually kicking in at about 8:25, so about 5 minutes before the market opens. So that becomes already unpredictable. And then if you got any big player coming in for a position size, it's you know, you can have the best technical analysis in the world and still get screwed. You know, I hate to do this right now, but let me just see if I can adjust this a little bit here. A little bit better. All right, tapped in there. Yes, it's showing great sign of great sign of continued strength to the downside here. Ooh. Look at that. All right, now we can maybe take a look. Let's see now if sellers get exhausted right here, because this is kind of looking like this might be the pivot. Definitely is looking that way to me. Let's see if I get any type of confirmation here. Buyers attempting. I will look for a short here if we break in underneath this candle, the previous candle here. I will take a short. Yep, I like that. All right, where can we target here? We got key levels sitting right here. I'm good with that. Sorry. And we can drop this stop right around here. Let's see if we get a push here. Or are you guys going to retrace right now? Don't do that to me. We had selling strength right there. It's an extra 1.5. Let's see what that looks like. I guess kind of close to 1-to-1. I could probably bring this down just a bit. All right, we'll see. Big trade here. As far as point-wise. Let's just see if we get that continued push. Or did I buy at the pivot? Or did I sell, I should say, at the pivot? It's possible. Don't like that move. Come on. Come on. We break below. I will look to add. And I'll put stop sitting right above here. That'll be my stop if we do enter into this order right here. Gotta see sellers come in right now. Do like what I see on the NQ, not so much on the ES here. Come on. This is what the NQ is looking like. Oh, I'm gonna get pinched here. Sorry, let me just show you the NQ here again. It was looking pretty good up on this candle right here. We're starting to get some strong candles. See if we want to do some price discovery down here, but I don't know. Looks like they've hit a wall here. Buyer's looking stronger in here now. Anything much past my stop to the upside, the trade idea is completely wrong. And the pivot was pretty much at the yesterday's value area low. I'm definitely not the world's greatest continuation trader. I prefer reversals more than anything, but they looked pretty heavy right there. All right, knocked out there. So got that one wrong. See if I could take a little stab here. See if I get an entry here or not. All right, I'm gonna market order in there. Bring this guy down here. Need to see this push right here. Taking off that second limit over there until I see a push. I'm going right into point of control, so I know that that's going to be a spot. Looking at the NQ very closely here. This is an area I spotted of unbalanced volume. So I don't want to see a big rejection from there. If they could push through that, that would be amazing for the ES trade. But watching that one very closely on my other chart here. NQ's rejecting here. Super happy about that. Come on, buyers, where you at?
Don't close your eyes. Wait until the night is over. I'll show you paradise, but hang on just a little longer. I will be yours, you will be mine. Let it unfold.
And Q can't break through this unbalanced volume spot that I had.
Just yet.
Come on. Okay, seeing some decent strength there, but not really any increased volume on that push. And we're gonna have some issues here at the point of control for sure. I kind of want to see how it's going to react here. Looks like sellers are defending there. All right, I don't want to see this come back to me. I'm at break even. I hate that I can't see my P&L, but we'll see. I think Q just got into fair value here, so let's see if they we did finally break this unbalanced volume area. Shit. Come on. I know I'm asking a lot here. It's 18 points. Maybe we protect some profits right there. Okay, I gotta be careful here now. Alright, I'm gonna take that off right there. I think I got about 11 points out of that one. Again, my executions are not showing up. I don't know why it doesn't just, that setting doesn't stay on there. What am I think it was, there's a shortcut for it. Open trading settings, select the trading settings. Trading settings. I didn't do that yesterday. Show historical orders? Oh, there we go. Let's see what that, how many points that sucker was. It's got to be, I think it was around 11 points. 12, almost 12 and a quarter points there on the ES. Give me 1 second. All right, got some questions here. Yeah, I mean, yes and no. I first kind of want to get a feel for. I wanted to get a feel for the. Honestly, I just wanted to make sure that I could connect to my live account, which I was able to. I was able to actually take some trades yesterday. I was able to get the trade copier working for me yesterday, which was great. So yeah, slowly kind of inching up. And as I feel a little bit more comfortable and the account balance here grows a little bit, then I can start to scale up a little bit. So for instance, on this move, every fiber of my finger was I wanted to add one more position right here. That's where I wanted to add another position. I then wanted to add another position right here. So, you know, there's some good things and some bad things about this trade. But in general, I think we saw it pretty clear. And it was simply just, obviously, sellers were trapped down here. Nice strong push to the upside here by buyers. This scared me a little bit right here, to be honest with you. We did get some consolidation right at my entry. And then stop was just kind of sitting right down here. And more than anything, I was really looking at more of the NQ. I had mapped this area here of unbalanced volume, which was pretty much where took a signal here this morning on the NQ. So was kind of using that same area, and it rejected really well actually, because this all happened in the same candle. So I was looking to make sure if we could break through that. I felt much better about that trade, and you could see where we're kind of getting support right here from them. We would have been really close there to a full TP, if I'm not mistaken. It would have been pretty damn close there. But again, it's I'd say 12, 13 points on the ES is a pretty damn good trade. see what the news. So S&P PMI came in at 53.9, expected 55. ISM came in at 53.3, so a little lower than expected there. ISM employment index came in a little bit higher. The only thing left right now is at 930 oil inventory. $75.22. So see what's going on there. Yeah, I do like the entry. I like the entry at the 75.21 and a quarter ish. Seems like a pretty decent spot there to take another long. Get rid of this. This guy's been great, man. What a great level this guy was. Guys, give me 1 second. I'm going to use the washroom. I'm gonna see if I can get an entry somewhere right around here, right around the 74.40, 75.42 area. Let's see if it doesn't might go without me here, but actually, I don't like that right there. I don't like that pattern on the, don't like that on the NQ right there at all. That is not what you want to see. You don't want to see buyers sitting up here and then sellers getting strong right there. That's not a good pattern there on the NQ. So I'll wait to see if there's something a little better. And then obviously a good target would be yesterday's point of control. We gravitated there all day yesterday, so we could just want to go right back into that range. Decent day, yeah. Made about 1,700 on my fundeds earlier today, and currently up 60, 60, 60. So what is that? 180 between my cash and my funded and my lucid eval, which I guess I don't have to really count, but let's see if we could break out of here. I wouldn't mind taking a long at this point. Yeah, everything's looking pretty strong here. Let's take this guy and pop him all the way up here. I know this is not going to be my final target, but let's see what we can fish out of here. I did reject there, pretty good. I think I'm kind of okay with, let's see what a stop here would look like. It's $106. Somewhere like right around there. All right, let's see if we can get a continuation on this play. This is going to be a big movement. I'll let this guy ride. Figure we got about 10 more points on the ES to get to yesterday's point of control. So, oh, no. Ah, you took my money. You took my lunch money, buddy. Yeah, took my lunch money there. It's okay. I don't actually mind re-entering here if I can, if I get some confirmation here. I don't mind a re-enter here. That could have just been a sweep. All right, let's try that one more time. Let's bring this guy all the way up to here. I know it's not going to be my final resting spot. And we can bring in where these buyers came in. All right. Are you kidding me? Maybe a little premature there. Fucking A. The ES is looking so strong, too. All right. You got me good there. You got me good there. I don't necessarily like the shorts here yet, though. I mean, that was nasty. That was like a double, like, we're gonna go long, we're gonna take you out, we're gonna give you a little bit of confidence, we're gonna take you back out. I don't know, I don't really feel yet the shorts being in control yet. At all. These 242 area seems to be 224 area. Seems to be where the market really loves to play at. We do have a pretty big target to the upside, so that's why I've kind of wasted a few bullets here. Let's just see, maybe if we get a retracement down to this 243 area. I'm going to go lower position here. I'm just going to take 1 micro here. Bring this guy all the way up to here. We'll see if we can add one right. Oh, that's the wrong one. All right, we'll let this guy play out. Looks like better long would have been sitting right where we were sitting at before at the 42s. That would have been another 10 points. So the ES has just been a little bit easier to. Buyer's having a hard time here. This is pretty much a wall right here. Yeah, the ES has really been definitely the better instrument right now to trade. Much easier, in my opinion. I mean, obviously we're in some consolidation right here, on both the NQ and the ES, but just easier to trade. Let's see, this should be around that much. It's more than enough. Let's see here. A lot of strength there by sellers. I'm gonna take my entry at least. Take my entry there at least. Alright. Now, this guy. Oops, sorry. can't I move my... Oh, that's my entry. Duh. This guy's up here, isn't he? So let's bring this guy right here. A lot of unbalanced volume sitting right there. This has been the area that they've really liked to reject from, so we'll see. If not, I'm cooked for the day. The only negative thing on trading on the micros is the wicks are just so much more pronounced than the NQ. Come on, you gotta make this happen here, buddy. Not a fan that the ES did not tap into at least that key level. Probably would have been smart. I'm not gonna have enough bullets to last for the ES to retest that, so not the greatest spot here. Yeah, we need a power candle here. Somewhat of a power candle. Let's go. Can we get a little, let's go. Continuation maybe? Poor favor. No. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oof. All right. Nasty. What a shitty fucking trade that was. Pure shit. And the ES is just, I don't know, it looks a lot cleaner to me. Oh boy, let's see. Get rid of this guy. Damn. Let's see, where are the IB low? All the way down at the 87s. IB high. Not seeing much here. Looks really interesting to me. I'm on the 1 minute. We could tell him 100 times to look at VWAP, but he learns when getting cooked on it. I didn't learn anything from VWAP on that trade. I'm not sure what you're referring to. There's session VWAP. There's the daily VWAP. There's the weekly VWAP. You got to trade the charts. I mean, you move your stop loss underneath VWAP, you still get cooked. It doesn't matter. That's not. You got to find an area where at a certain point the trade is just not invalid. It's invalidated at that point. I found some unbalanced volume. We did get a bounce up, but not enough to buoy this. Now, what can I personally critique of my trade? We're obviously seeing a lot of buyers coming in right here with very little effort, but you got to understand that we were in a, I don't know, at least about a 200-point move to the upside. ES was cooking. I was mainly looking more at the ES chart than the NQ chart. I just knew that if the NQ broke, there was a huge upside potential. You got a lot of really good key levels sitting above you up here. So in hindsight, everything works, man. Everything works. Every line you want to draw on the chart is going to always work or not work. And you could say I was bouncing at VWAP for the session. This was VWAP. We're sitting right here at the 307. There's 100 different ways you could play it. We could have got support at point of control, which we did right there. Did that hold? No. The trade was just not right. It was not a right trade idea. Wasn't right. That's all it is. And as of right now, I don't really have much faith in buyers or in sellers. Nobody's really showing me anything. All right, take your elevator down analogy. The elevator you're talking about is right here. This is your elevator right here. Yeah, you had some pretty powerful candles coming right down here, right at the market open. But you can't deny that this was still very strong price action from buyers, and we're still above this area where they had the movement to the downside. I probably should have just stayed on the ES contract. It would have probably been the better play. Even though I probably would have got stepped out there for break even. Because my original entry, my second entry, which I was looking at right here, was around the 42.75s that I ended up canceling. But I was targeting the point of control, so it would have come down, probably knocked me out for break even. Even though right here we were at like 10 or 11 points of profit, so. But to me, the ES looks stronger than the NQ today. I wouldn't mind Seeing a test of initial balance low, that to me seems like a really nice play here, considering I don't got much. I don't see anything unbalanced. The only thing I see that's phenomenally unbalanced, if that's a word, is right here. And based on what my signal members are saying, Trump was talking exactly at this candle right here. So that's my only unbalanced volume that I really see like major right now. But I don't know how much weight I can put into that based on it being, you know, news-based. You're going to have winning days, you're going to have losing days. But to make P&L, you got to risk some P&L. Tiger, if I had to make a comment on VWAP, I think you'd have a more successful time with VWAP playing a reversion to it than necessarily a bounce off of it. Because, you know, it's going to act like your... Where's our point of control sitting at? Point of control sitting right here. 75.27. It's a magnet. I don't necessarily like to trade a bounce off of point of control, really ever, but it's a great target. It's a great mean reversion target back to it, which this point of control is going to move right around, if I had to guess, right here. Actually, right here, where that red line is at on value area high. That's going to pretty much turn into point of control very soon. And that was the unfortunate area where I ended up taking my trade. So my only critique that I can give is, one, maybe spot this a little bit better. But you got to remember that I was right here on the chart. Okay, so all I was looking at was this price action as of right here. I saw a strong green candle, saw some volume coming in. That was my entry. And granted, I'm not the best continuation trader there is in the world. I'm trying to get a little bit better at it, but this one maybe just cut my loss a little sooner. That's the only thing I could say here, is cut the loss a little sooner. But you don't anticipate from this candle, we're going to enter into this chop right here. And then at the chop, it becomes almost a 50-50 trade at that point. There's really not much edge. You know, the only thing I formulated was a unbalanced volume box here. It bounced, which it bounced off of, but not enough to save that trade. Let's mark up the IB high, 30.27. $327. And in hindsight, this would have been the better trade, where I had my limit order. I probably would have got broken even right there anyways, but this would have been easy to spot. That's easily to spot trapped sellers right there. Buyers then showing strength. But I didn't. I was on the NQ like an idiot. And the ES is at session highs, NQ's pretty much sitting in the middle band. Definitely the ES is the stronger instrument this morning. You already see where the point of control just shifted up. Don't know what this text on chart means. I'd like to figure that out. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it a day for this morning. Not the greatest trading session in the books, but we live, we learn, and we get to trade. I don't know tomorrow. I'll make a decision if I know the markets are going to be closing early tomorrow, so I'll make a decision here in the afternoon. I'll post it on YouTube. We'll see if we're trading here tomorrow or not. All right, guys, stay patient, and nice trade there, Key. See you guys hopefully tomorrow. If not, see you guys on Monday.